Alrighty, and hello everybody, and welcome to another fig review. So I've got a lot of figures lately, and I knew I had some on the way, but I didn't realize I had 3 weeks worth, or 4 weeks worth. So here we are, more figures. Woo! We'll go ahead, of course, jump right into it. I have received this. Ominous. If you've seen one of my previous videos, I had got the Miraculous Ladybug art figure, and honestly, while it was very questionable, I went for the risk. I decided to go ahead and get the Vulpina figure. Go against the odds, because last time I feel like I got pretty lucky with my Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir figure, and I'm hoping that they've grown since last time, and I like Vulpina's design and figure, so I just want to go right, or not Vulpina, Rena Rouge. Vulpina is just way more fun to say, because in the show they're like Vulpina. Interesting for this, they still kept with this simple design, but this isn't like a huge giant box like the last one. As well, it's a little bit different than most figures. It's packaged to be opened like this, versus a lot of figures you kind of open from the top, if that makes sense. But we'll go ahead and actually open. When you open it up though, it just has this initial blank foam, the same foam that they actually use in the original, or in the other figures packaging. And there she is, sideways. We of course have a little silica packet. We'll go ahead and take out, we have her base, which this has got a good hefty weight to it. I kind of like that. It just says Rena Rouge on the bottom. But they do have these little pads on the bottom, so that's nice. Having these on these kind of heftier figures, especially because this base is pretty heavy. Now we have the actual Rena Rouge. She just goes in here. It looks like they do have a magnet on her foot and on the base, as well as a peg, so it's kind of combining the both. Ooh, I won't lie. Her leg seems a little bit it seems somewhat fragile, and I think that's just because of how thin it is. I do have her in. She doesn't go all the way down though. There's not really much further I can push her, so I'm just gonna leave it. You can see she's levitating a little bit, but honestly I tried pulling it up and it didn't come out. Now one thing, if you look, when I kind of hold the base, she kind of wiggles. That's just somewhere in just from the bottom bit. It probably could. Okay, so it can come back out, but there is one more piece for this. If you actually look in here, there's a little foam slip, whatever, for her flute. Her flute. We'll kind of look at that really quick too, since it's out here. So we got all the little indents. And really that's it. It's got the black on the one end. One thing I will say, before putting it all the way in, I noticed that on the original picture, it looks like it's supposed to be black on both ends. That's a very small thing, but again, this is already just painted way, way, way better than I think the actual Ladybug and Cat Noir figure were. The actual flute itself is a little bit loose. I feel like it's not really, snapping into place anywhere. Where most of the time for these sorts of things, you'll usually feel where it hits that magic moment. You're like, oh, I found the spot. This is where it's supposed to be. But I don't feel like that's happening so much with this one. Put her packaging back together. Now I don't think there's anything at the bottom. Yeah, it's just empty at the bottom. Are we really surprised? No, but you know. Well, now I know what to put inside the original Miraculous box. I did not know. I still didn't have anything inside there, so now I got something to fill it up with. The other boxes. This is Rena Rouge. I really like Alia. She's always a super strong character in the show. Not to mention supporter of her ridiculously we'll just say stupid best friend. Not to mention, I just like with the Rena Rouge design, I mean, I just love the orange. I like Volpina's design as well, but like at first I didn't really know how to feel about Rena Rouge's design, but like the more I saw it, the more it grew on me. I just really liked it. And I really like the way this figure looks. Like I said, this is actually painted much nicer than I feel like the original one was. I feel like on the original, I felt like there was a lot of paint that could have been better or done a little bit nicer. And you know, I could look and I could maybe see like some small things, but I really like the way that this one was built. The actual construction and putting this figure together was a lot easier than the original. But again, though, I'm very excited for this. Just to kind of get, I guess, a quick close look here. I'm gonna bring her in. First is her actual face, which I will try and actually, let's see, get her off the base there. So very cute. I really like, again, I think just the actual sculpt of the face for her. And two, like I said, I don't think they had any large major misprints. In fact, this is a really clean face for what we've seen, at least. So again, this is really cute. So again, I really like this. Her actual hair detail I think was really nicely done. They just did like nice soft white tips for her, so it's like a nice gradient into her like just like super orange hair. On her ears, they even did a good job of like kind of lining that. Again, this is clean. This is not like I feel like where they went off too much, or I guess something like you can see like a little bit of where maybe it would have been like paint over the indent line, but again, very, very small. And it still is clean overall. On her chest, you can see her necklace, and they did attempt in some way to do the design for her necklace with the different color oranges. It's not perfect, but I don't think really any more detail could have been put in there. So I think for just having the 3 colors is a good simple way to do that. This side right here where the white and the orange meets, it's a little bit, the white doesn't stop where it should. It like almost stops too early. Again, something small, as this is me nitpicking, but like it is probably the most noticeable paint error. Otherwise though, again, you kind of just move down. We have her tail cape. Not cape, there's another word for it, but I can't think of what it is right now. And I think again, I like here where they actually kind of made where on like where the jacket meets the bottom, you can actually like it's a good seam transition. Unlike in the show, which I feel like is a little bit too smooth, honestly. Like you can't really tell where the jacket and the, I guess, pants separate. We have our little legs. As mentioned before, they are very skinny, but still cute. And my favorite part, she has little peats. She has little tiny baby peats. It's a little bit, if I turn it like this, you can't see it, but if you have it like right here, you can see she has her painted toes. So very nice. Overall though, like I said, I really like the sculpt for this. I like the way her hands look, the way her face look. I like that she has her little peats. I also like that she has like the nice gradient in the hair. This is honestly a much better experience than the original figure. I think that one was good, but I think that one was a lot pricier, and there was more issues where like things didn't fit the way they should, and I think the paint detailing wasn't quite as nice as I would have maybe liked. A lot of it, I'm not going to go too hard into detail. If you want to see that, you can check that video out. But this definitely is cleaner. Now, One thing I'll say for these Miraculous SAG hero figures, they are pricey. So if you're looking for inexpensive figures, unfortunately these are not it. These figures are, the original one I believe was 40 something, including, or not 40, oh my gosh, I wish. It was like 400 something with the shipping, which that figure did come with the giant box, 2 figures, and it had to be, again, shipping. This one I believe was still 100, which is a lot for this figure. I think this could probably be, this could be cheaper. I don't know if some of the pricing does end up coming from the weight of the figure, because this, like I mentioned, the base is very heavy. It could also be somewhat from the material. This is not a standard like anime figure plastic. I'm not sure what this is made out of. Is it resin? Okay, so yeah, it is a resin figure. It feels like, while the material itself is denser and it feels tougher, it also feels like when if it were to fall on hard floor, it would probably break. Almost definitely break. Or like if you have like your normal like cheap anime figure, if you drop it on the floor, you're like, yeah, there's a 50-50 chance it might break. This feels like if you dropped it on the floor, something's snapping off. And you don't know what it would be. So, I mean, either way, still excited. I really like the way that she looks. I won't lie, I was worried when I ordered this, but I like the way the figures look and I like Miraculous's design, so I was like, I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm actually glad that I did for this one. I still think these, again, like I said, these could be cheaper. Maybe that's just because I've kind of gotten used to anime pricing, but at the same time, this is obviously not the same material that's used for anime figures. And I mean, I guess comparatively to some of the other expensive anime figures, this is nicer price. I've seen figures that are similarly priced to this and not painted as nicely. I've also seen figures similar price to this and they are painted nicer, but then they're also not maybe the same material. So these are limited though, so I know once they're sold out, I don't think they're making more of them. They don't sell out. I don't think the demand is quite as high for them as like other figures and things might be on the market, but if they are lying, which they could be, once they are gone, there's only going to be those, I think, 1,000 or so. Anyways, if you'd like to see more pictures of the lovely Rena Rouge, I will have more pictures of her on my Instagram at Desinosis. They'll be up close, a little bit better detailed shots, at least as much as Instagram can allow, of course. And there's also pictures of the Miraculous Cat Noir on there as well on my channel. When I don't have figures coming in, I do have art on my channel as well. But that you can check out on my Instagram as well. That's at Esnon. There's art, cosplay, stuff like that. But that is all for this video. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.